everyone, and good evening. My name is Molly Trotter Gomez. I'm one of the co founders here at Kingdom Alliance. We are so excited that you're joining us. We are live on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, YouTube. Or maybe you're live here on StreamYard with us. We are very, very excited for what we're about to talk about tonight, where you get to experience the impact and just the undeniable transformations that are happening here in Kingdom Alliance. And maybe you're looking for a place of hope. When we look around, whether we're watching the news, which I hope not very many people watch that anymore, or on social media, we're out and about, we're at the gym, at the grocery store, you can just feel it. People are needing something new, something fresh, something that is hope filled. And so you coming here tonight, you are going to experience something that is going to leave you filled up, hope filled, and you are just going to love what we're about to share. So for those that are joining, please type in wherever you are, where you're tuning in from. We love to see people all over the world join us in the comments, and we'd love to be able to hear what you're resonating with. So please be able to drop that in the comments. Now I'm going to dive right in tonight, and you see this phrase that is right next to me: change yourself, change the world. Have you ever really thought about that it starts with you? So often we can pinpoint, that needs to change, that needs to change, and that needs to be adjusted. But what about us? What about where it starts? And when you change yourself, whether it's, what you think, what you say, habits that you have in and out of your life, other people start to take notice. Have you ever seen somebody that is on a weight loss journey and you're like, hey, you're looking really, really good? And they're like, oh, really? Sometimes, most of the time, actually, people will see it before you even see it yourself because you are practicing that habit. So here inside Kingdom Alliance, there are so many different opportunities where you can just take growth on and just take it by the horns. So I want to be able to share the story of how this company came to be. First of all, I'm loving all of the states, the countries that people are typing in the chat: Oklahoma, Oregon, Alabama, Indiana, Michigan, Idaho. Welcome, welcome. I'm sure we probably have some international folks on here as well. We do have people that hop on here in the middle of the night, talk about dedication. But let's go ahead and jump into the story of how Kingdom Alliance came to be. Have you ever been in something where you're like, wow, how did this get started? And I'm so glad this person said yes. Maybe you've thought about that when you get Amazon packages coming to the door, or a movie theater that you're sitting in, or something that you really love to be a part of. Well, a big, big yes is how this company got started. So I want to share a little bit with you about the founders of Kingdom Alliance, Bobby and Michelle Schaefer. Now, Michelle Schaefer is one that has been a go-getter her entire life. She's had just a lot of success in everything that she's put her mind to because she always believed that she can. And she did. It was always only just a matter of how. I love it when she shares that. Isn't that inspiring? So her story is she actually built a very successful business doing hair, multiple six-figure business, but she spent a lot of hours in the salon and she was constantly away from her family until one day she just kept having somebody sit in her chair and they were showing her this freedom, that lifestyle that they were living and money that they were making. And she had this thought: why not me? And if you can do it, I can do it. And she decided to do it. She decided to jump in network marketing. Now, over nearly 2 decades, created multiple 7 figures in the industry of network marketing, creating freedom for her and her husband, their family, helping other families create freedom. And when God gave her this vision to start Kingdom Alliance, she actually walked away from a multiple 7-figure income. Could you even imagine God saying, hey, you need to walk away from this thing that you built? That would be pretty scary, right? But the one thing I've always admired about Michelle, amongst a lot of things, is the fact that she just has a lot of courage and boldness, and she wants to be obedient to what God's calling her to do. So she did. She walked away, creating this platform where you can have personal and professional development with Jesus at the center, not having to compromise or hide what your beliefs are, bringing it all into the same pot, into the marketplace, wherever you go, having Jesus be the center of that. So we started the mentorship program in June of 2020, right in the belly of the beast of the pandemic. And it was something that people needed desperately. They needed a community. They needed a place where they could have hope, be able to grow. Well, so many women at that time, because it was just women back then, were getting such great transformations that they asked me one day. One came to me and said, Molly, can we get paid for sharing this? Because we're going to share it anyways. I mean, ladies or men, if you're on here too, when we love something, we just love to share it. Can I get an amen in the comments? Like, why would we keep that for ourselves? We love to be able to share things that work well for us. So we listened. And when I shared this information with Michelle, it was this on the phone call. I swear it was like in an instant, things changed. I told her what was shared with me. And she goes, well, you know what, we could. And it was like, boom, God gave that dream back to her. And we decided to create this opportunity inside of our platform where people could earn instantly, passively, and residually. I mean, if you're going to share this with other people, you might as well earn, right? So in 2022, we pre-launched the opportunity where you can become an ambassador here and be able to invite people into this community, this hope-filled community where you can grow and be able to earn an additional income if you choose. So this is a global movement for men and women all around the world. Now, you may have heard this called Real Men Alliance. That's the men's side. Girl Power Alliance, that's the women's side. But we are in the process of rebranding this, which is called Kingdom Alliance, where it's bringing everything together under one roof. So this is an amazing part as well. Bobbi and Michelle personally, privately funded this. It's privately owned and funded, which is huge. Absolutely huge. And collectively, those two together, over 55 years of experience in the industry of network marketing and leadership, personal and professional development, and truly helping people just become the best version of themselves. So I want to talk a little bit about who we are. We're on mission for the Great Commission. Do you know what that is? Have you ever really read Matthew 28? Do you know what the Great Commission is? Making disciples all over the world. And there's nothing better than helping people really step into their God-given identity, who God's calling them to be, the best version of themselves, whole, healed, and submitted to wherever he wants to lead them next. Because ultimately, it's going to be where our heart desires and where it longs to be. So here, we believe in building people up, pouring into them, investing into people. Truly, that investing into people is honestly, and yourself, is the best investment, hands down. We believe that having access, we have limited access, to the power of the Holy Spirit. So we are just so on fire for people coming in here, getting filled up and being able to sometimes even be led for the first time. And I actually skipped one on this slide. We build leaders who build leaders who build leaders. Can't skip this slide without saying that one, because leadership is definitely something that needs to be just more prevalent, biblical leadership at that, to really be able to lead people and create disciples. We're going to go ahead and watch this quick video to show you a little bit more.
Wow, I feel like it has been such a transformative journey. It's hard to know where to start.
The most rewarding thing for me is getting to hear the breakthroughs and the transformation that the women that I've had an opportunity to lead and impact and who've come and said yes.
And then all of a sudden, you have more people who show up healed and are healing others because of the way that they show up.
For me, it's been totally transformational.
There's just so many pockets of moments where you're connecting with a sister in the Lord, or you're praying with someone, or all of a sudden you're attending a baptism on a rooftop of a pool.
It's changed my whole life. It's changed everything about limits that you put on this kind of a business, a virtual business. It's just blown the roof off of the building.
If somebody believes in you and is there to equip you and develop what's already in you, it's absolutely amazing to see what God does with that.
I love that. Don't you love hearing from what other people are sharing? Don't you love being able to hear just the testimonies and just how they've been impacted? You know, if you are on this listening, watching right now, and you have had some kind of event, a mentorship call, one of our certifications in leadership and speaking, we'll get to more of the resources that we have here inside of our platform. But if something has impacted you, please type it in the comments, because that gets to show other people just how amazing and undeniable the proof of impact really is. Yes, Sharon, the world definitely needs more biblical leaders. I love that. So we want to show you this transformational blueprint and how people are experiencing the impact, experiencing just amazing transformation in their lives. It starts with community. That is hands down one of the most needed things right now. So many people feel alone, isolated. I heard something really powerful today, and I even asked this person I was recording a podcast with, which, by the way, we have an amazing podcast, the Girl Power Alliance podcast. This episode will be coming out soon with Julianne Kirkland. But she says, I don't want to be aligned with like-minded people. I want to be aligned with mission-minded people. I know some of you are probably going to say, I'm stealing that too. Mission-minded people. And a community that has the same mission-minded people is so important. And so many people are looking for that. Community breeds hope. All are welcome here. You know, you get to come as you are. We're not trying to change you to be anything that you're not. We only want to empower you to be the best version of yourself. What else here? You have a seat at the table. Have you ever felt like you've just never fit in or belonged, or you're just still trying to find the piece that you need to plug into? This can be that community. It will be. I'm seeing comments already pop up inside of the comments here on StreamYard and across social media where this is being streamed, of people sharing how this has impacted them, how the community has impacted them. You are loved. Maybe you've never been in a community where you've actually felt loved. Like, it hasn't really ever been possible. It is possible. And of course, no competition in the kingdom. That's just not a phrase that we think is cute or it's catchy. We actually mean it. We don't need to be in competition with other people. We need to be in collaboration, and a community that promotes collaboration is the type of community that you want to be. So next is equipping. Remember, we're on mission for the Great Commission, making disciples and being able to go out there and spread the good news. Equipping is a big part of that. I believe this is a big part that the church necessarily hasn't nailed down, but we get to do that here. We get to equip people through our mentorship calls, leadership development, really growing in skills and gifts that we have, becoming a better communicator, growing in knowledge, wisdom, and of course, growing in confidence. And how do we do that? How do we grow in confidence? How do we grow and up-level in our skills? We get into action, and we show people what's possible when we get into action. Equipping is a really big part of that. Now, being involved. There are real connections that are here. We have so many different ways that you can get connected with real people on calls where you can get to know people, like really get to know them. We have such an engaged community here, and you might be able to tell by the chat, there are so many people that are just pouring out how this has changed their lives. That happens on every mentorship call that we have, every training we have, our certification calls. Again, we're going to share a little bit more about that a little bit later, but people are so on fire and just, it's like electric running through the comments because of the real connections that are made here. People holding each other accountable. That's a big one. Edifying, speaking life into people, not tearing them down and telling them what they're not good at, criticizing them. We are empowering, we're encouraging, we're giving people feedback, and we're just being authentic in our transparent selves. Inside of this community, you never have to pretend to be somebody that you're not. And that may be news to you. That may be something where you're like, that sounds refreshing, because it is. I can't tell you how many communities I've been in where I'm like, well, I can't really be that part of me. So I guess we just got to shelf this over here and maybe this will do. Well, I can tell you that has never worked before. And when we started creating this community out of a need, and I tell people all the time, I needed this like 5-10 years ago. This is something that I've always been looking for. And so many people have been looking for, where they can just show up as themselves. Now, empowerment. This is a big one. Empower people to be bold, take new steps, take the leap, to forgive. That may be a big one for some of you, to keep going. One of my favorites is to dream bigger. I meet so many people on so many calls throughout the week that their dreamer, it's like a light switch that is turned off. They don't know how to dream. Life has beat them up a little bit. They really decide to focus on their circumstances rather than the Lord that is right in front of them. And I heard something really powerful recently. A lot of people focus on the why, like, why, Lord? Or the what. But when you focus on the who, and the who being Jesus Christ, when you focus on the who, everything will come to you. Everything is the peace that surpasses all understanding, the wisdom that you're asking for. Focusing on the who is a huge part. But we focus on other things. The enemy wants to get us distracted, right? Because if we're distracted off of keeping our eyes on the Lord, then guess what? It's delay. But keep our eyes focusing on him, which is really, really big. To grow, to lead. We love to empower people to grow and to lead, and to really have them understand that we have your back. You're not alone. There's a lot of coaches, a lot of entrepreneurs, stay-at-home moms, just actually people in any kind of occupation or just lifestyle or season of life that can come in here and really feel like, you know what? I'm not alone in this. I have people that are going to be there, empower me, to pray over me. And it's something that we literally do every single day. And last and certainly not least, when you find something this good, it's really hard not to share it. So get out there and invite people on the journey. Invite people to be a part of a community with mission-minded people. Invite people to remind them we get to take these leaps together. We get to equip ourselves and grow. We get to be a part of the Great Commission. We get to empower and love on people. And so opening up that invitation is huge. It's absolutely huge to have more people be a part of the journey. Now, in this next video, you're going to hear a couple more testimonies of people who've been on this journey for quite some time.
So what this has done, not just for me, but for Tim as well, it's allowed him to start dreaming.
The Real Men Alliance, just the title alone.
I've seen growth in myself, both personally and professionally.
It shows us that we're becoming a threat to Satan, right? By growing and becoming the men and women that God are calling us to be.
In this pruning process that I've been in, God has used Girl Power Alliance mightily.
Transformation, and not just like shallow transformation. I mean,
he gets to be fully present. We're both fully present with our kids, and we get to buy our dream homestead this year.
I was blown away by how amazing this opportunity was.
This has been the first time that I have experienced success in a business that I was a part of.
All right, type below in the comments, which one was your favorite? What resonated with you? Quick, whatever first one that comes to mind, what resonated with you? I'm a big fan on when you hear something, don't just let it slip by. If it gave you a little, ooh, I felt that. I resonated with that. Like type it in. Ooh, I love Cynthia. You said we are a threat. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We get to show up and show out and show people what's possible. So our mission here, we have a very big mission to ignite a movement of impact and freedom through mentorship and development of leaders all around the globe. Now, if you're on here and you're like, I don't know if I consider myself a leader. Well, you have friends around you, right? You have family around you. Maybe you have kids. You have family members of all kinds. You're constantly leading anywhere you go. Even take it this way. You're going to the grocery store, right? You're going to the grocery store. You're going to the mailbox. I mean, you're going everywhere. No matter where you go, you are leading somebody somewhere. Just your presence and how you treat them and how you just walk into whatever space that you're in. You're always leading people, whether you know it or not. And so we consider everybody to be leaders. And so for those that believe that they are, this is an amazing place for you. I'm sure you align with the mission. And if you don't know that you are, you're definitely in the right place. Our vision, also a big one. It's a whole lot of more transformed lives, more stewardship, more hope, more contribution, more grace, more impact, more love, and of course, more Jesus. So more and more. Creating more debt-free and financially free Christian families all around the world, opening the door to massive contribution and impact. When I talk with people and they say, I need more finances, right? The first thing before they ever typically want to help themselves is they want to give back to somebody else. Well, I always love to tell them, let's think about it this way. We get to show up as the example first. Be unapologetic about it. Show up as the example first. Show the fruit. And then out of the overflow, everybody gets to benefit. So if you have a really big contribution goal and impact goal to create something that leaves a legacy, then you're definitely on the right call to learn how to create a financial vehicle in order to make that happen. So our vision is a big one. So here are some tools that we have for our mentorship program. So we have live virtual certifications in leadership and in speaking, our Radiant Leadership Academy, our Kingdom Speaker Academy. We also have a certification here where you can become a coach. And we're going to be releasing a couple more certifications later this year. Live mentorship calls. These speakers that come in here, they easily charge hundreds and hundreds of dollars to be in connection with them, to get mentorship from them, to see them at events, right? And you're getting poured into by new experts every single month, 3 to be exact. Personal professional leadership development, also in the form of on-demand trainings. So we have a growth university that you can tap into at any time. We have done for you sales funnels. So for those that want a little bit more automation to help share the information on how this is possible, we have that for you. A weekly prayer call, marketing resources of all kinds, copy and paste social media content, and of course, a supportive community. Quite literally, we sat down as a team. We said, you know what? How can we fill in the gaps and fill in those places that maybe other companies that we've been in haven't? And so we have tried to fill everything we can in for you to make it even easier to cast a vision so you can truly build personal and financial freedom here. So here are the ways that you can get started. I'm not really going to go over the basic mentorship opportunity, but the VIP is definitely the most popular. So I'm going to focus on the VIP and the platinum. So the VIP is where you get access to all of our certifications. Our Radiant Leadership Academy, it's a 16-week biblical leadership program that really helps you transform from the inside out, from the thoughts you think the words you speak, how you steward your wealth and finances, your relationships, the leader that God has called you to be. You can become a coach and teach the Radiant Leadership Academy. That is very popular. There's a lot of people that want to become coaches, and this is a very leveraged way that you can do that. Our Kingdom Speaker Academy, also extremely popular. I meet people all the time that are always wanting to have more impact with less words. And that is a great program to do it. And you get to be a part of this worldwide movement where we have something called a KIM 10. Stands for Kingdom Impact Message in 10 Minutes. Did you know everybody wants to get on the TED Talk stage? But TED Talks would never allow you to talk about Jesus at all on stage. So of course, Jesus is a part of all of our testimonies, right? But TED Talks will never allow you to share that. Well, we are cracking the code. We are breaking the chains off, and we are providing a place where you can create a powerful talk in 10 minutes. You can become a certified speaker, and we have partnership opportunities where you can get paid speaking gigs, as well as creating more opportunities for you to speak on more stages. And that, my friends, is very exciting, because the world is ready for more kingdom impact messages in 10 minutes. I promise you that. If you want to see what some of those are, you can head over to our YouTube channel. We have a whole playlist of some amazing talks that people did this year and last year that you will definitely be inspired by. But there's more in the VIP mentorship program. 350 on-demand trainings in our Growth University, done-for-you marketing tools, 3 done-for-you lead gen funnels to help share the vision so you don't have to do all the talking, 5 live monthly mentorship calls, and a weekly prayer call. That is stacked, my friends. It's definitely the most popular. But if you're on here and you're like, you know what? I want to become a mentor, then the Platinum program is for you. Those are for people that say, I want to become a coach, and they want to get started on that right away and go down that route and go through those credentials, or they want to become a certified speaker. And so you're able to do that. And you can do that right away and be able to get plugged in to just getting started on that journey. So whatever's best for you, kind of jot down. Is it VIP? Is it Platinum? Jot that down, because there's going to be a little action taking that you're going to take here in just a little bit after we watch this next short video.
People they're parched, they're starving, they're dry. They want hope. We're bringing hope. Hope for a better world, hope for a better life, hope for better relationships, and hope for more income.
Through our unique platform, you can take part in an industry that is producing $1 billion a day. That's the digital creator economy.
You come in for one thing and you leave completely transformed. It's unbelievable. I've never seen transformations like this in any environment, in network marketing, personal development, in the church. I've never seen God get a hold of people and help them to see their true identity and begin to walk it out the way that it's happening here.
I don't believe that we were supposed to work 40 hours a week for 40 years of our lives away from the people that we love and that we work so hard to provide for. We will help you build a wall of financial security around your family that cannot be taken down.
Inside this community, we believe with all of our hearts that when you change yourself, you change the world.
Change yourself, change the world.
Change yourself, change the world. Change yourself, change the world.
Change yourself, change the world. There's no competition in the kingdom.
So before we jump off here tonight, that little note you wrote down of what package fits you best, how you want to get started best, message VIP or Platinum to the person that invited you to this call. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. The community you're waiting for, the opportunity you're waiting for, the growth that you've been praying for is here. It's 100% here. I love seeing the comments pour in from people like Athel. We get to show up as the example first. Amber said, everything that happens here is a lifetime learning and lifetime impact. You will carry it with you and pass it on. That is generational. It's legacy. Absolutely. VIP is beyond worth it. The value is immeasurable. I love that we get to bring hope to others. I mean, let the comments just inspire you in and of itself. So text what your choice is to the person that invited you to this call, and we would love to welcome you to the family. Because here we want to partner with you. We want to come alongside you in this journey because we believe right now is the time. The world needs more hope. Everyone's looking for opportunity. Everyone's looking for financial resources and a place to grow. And again, do you want to be aligned with just like-minded people or mission-minded people? We would love to be able to have you in this opportunity. So thank you so much for joining us. If you're on across social media and you have any questions, type info in the comments below and we'll definitely have somebody be able to get back to you with more information. So have a good night, everyone, and we will see you on the next call. Bye, everybody.